Draymond Green is the heart and soul of the Warriors, but also their biggest problem. His passion made him a star, but now that same fire is causing chaos. From picking fights on the court to punching his own teammate, Draymond's temper is out of control. Fans are divided, the Warriors are frustrated, and here's the big question: did Draymond's anger actually ruin their shot at a championship? Stick around, because the truth might shock you. Understanding Draymond's temperament? No one shows their emotions on the court like Draymond Green, and few use it as a weapon the way he does. Every play, every whistle, every moment, he's all in. That fire is a huge reason why the Warriors have been so successful over the years. But Draymond doesn't just get hyped after a big play, he plays angry. And that anger has been both his biggest strength and his biggest weakness. From the start, Draymond was never the most athletic or the flashiest player. He was a second-round pick back in 2012, too small for a power forward, too slow for a wing, but what he lacked in size, he made up for with pure hustle and heart. He built his career on doing the dirty work, diving for loose balls, locking up stars on defense, and being the loudest voice on the court. He's like a quarterback on defense, directing his team and throwing himself into every fight. That energy made him a four-time All-Star and even the Defensive Player of the Year in 2017.
Whoa. I'll take it from here. And the 2017 Kia NBA Defensive Player of the Year goes to Draymond Green.
But here's the problem. That same fire often goes too far. Draymond does not know how to turn it down. If a ref makes a bad call, a teammate messes up, or an opponent starts trash talking, Draymond explodes. He argues, he yells, he gets in people's faces, sometimes for no good reason, and it has cost him big time. His habit of going after refs has led to tons of technical fouls throughout his career. By 2025, Draymond is one of the top players in the league for techs. Almost every season he racks up double digits. During the 2022-23 season, he even tied for the most technical fouls in the entire NBA with 17. And with moments like this, it is easy to see why.
Green, just such a great passer.
Fields has picked up his third foul. And now Green runs over Nurkic, and he'll be called for the foul, and they're going to take a look at this.
You can't expect anything less. Suspensions and ejections have followed. Some of them have been game-changing. He's been tossed out of playoff games for things like reacting just a little too hard to a call. This isn't new behavior. It's a pattern that's been consistent since his early years in the league. His approach doesn't allow for restraint. Once Draymond gets going, it's like watching a fuse burn down. The explosion feels inevitable.
Donovan, Sadiq's Bey, an open three, perfect. And now, Isaiah Stewart and Draymond Green. Remember, Draymond already has one T in this game.
Draymond's supporters will tell you that his fire is what makes him great, and they are not wrong. The Warriors' defense often depends on his energy, his voice, and his constant pressure. But the problem is, that energy does not come with an off switch. Draymond's mindset is rare. It is the kind that helps you win games, but can also start fights on the same night. He feeds off confrontation, but sometimes he lets it take over. The question is not if he is passionate. Everyone knows he is. The real question is, does he know when to stop? And that is where things get messy. Of course, you cannot talk about Draymond's emotions without looking back at the moments that made headlines. The fights, the suspensions, the locker room drama. So let's break down the wildest moments when Draymond's emotions exploded and changed everything. But before we get into that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to GOAT Reports. Draymond's most controversial incidents. When Draymond Green snaps, it's rarely quiet, and it's never forgotten. And over the years, there's been a long list of moments when he snaps. These aren't just small arguments or minor scuffles. These are incidents that shook the Warriors locker room, made headlines across the league, and in some cases, actually changed the course of the team's season. One of the most infamous incidents came during the 2023 NBA playoffs against the Sacramento Kings. In Game 2 of the first-round series, Domantas Sabonis fell to the ground and grabbed Draymond's leg. What happened next went viral instantly.
Monk puts it up, and Curry's got the board. Green gets tied up, and a technical has been assessed. Sabonis is down.
Let me say this. Draymond stepped on him, but Sabonis grabbed his leg first.
Sabonis.
The NBA looked at the play and gave Draymond a one-game suspension for a history of unsportsmanlike acts. And that word history was important. The league did not just punish him for the stomp, but for everything he had done over the years. That suspension changed the momentum of the series. The Kings took advantage while the Warriors struggled, before finally fighting back. Still, it was another moment where Draymond's actions hurt his team. Then came the headlock on Rudy Gobert during the 2023-2024 regular season. This one was wild. Just a few minutes into the game between the Warriors and Timberwolves, a scuffle broke out. It was nothing serious at first, just some pushing and shoving. But Draymond took it too far. He grabbed Rudy Gobert in a full headlock and dragged him several feet across the court before the refs finally stepped in.
Working on Wiggins, little step back three. And so we're scoreless. We'll stay 0-0 the first 2 minutes. And then look at Klay Thompson and McDaniels. What is going on with that? Wow. You've got a full-on fracas going on. Draymond came in to defend Klay. This got out of hand very quickly.
Look at Klay Thompson's jersey. It's ripped up. That's more than a scuffle.
He didn't let go quickly either. It was aggressive, completely unnecessary, and landed him another suspension, this time for 5 games. Gobert later said, "Every time Steph doesn't play, he doesn't want to play either," implying Draymond only creates chaos when Curry isn't around. Whether that's true or not, the optics were terrible, and it painted Green as unhinged again. But Draymond's most shocking moment wasn't even on the court. It was at practice in 2022. That's when video leaked of him punching Jordan Poole during a preseason workout. Not a shove, not a heated argument, a full-blown punch that dropped Poole to the ground. The Warriors tried to downplay it, but the damage was done. The video tore through NBA Twitter. It hurt team chemistry, created a media circus, and arguably played a part in Poole being traded the following offseason. That incident made it clear. Draymond doesn't just lose control in games, it can happen behind closed doors too. And then there's the infamous 2018 clash with Kevin Durant. It hit Durant right where it hurt the most, and the impact lasted long after the game was over. That confrontation reportedly played a big role in KD's decision to leave Golden State after the 2019 season. The Warriors tried to move forward, but that moment left a scar. More recently, in the 2025 playoffs, Draymond fouled out of Game 3 against the Timberwolves after another emotional and heated performance. Frustrated with the calls and clearly tired of his reputation, he made a strong statement after the game. He told the media, "I am tired of the agenda to make me look like the angry black man. I am just out here competing." His words sparked mixed reactions. Some people supported him, saying the media does push racial narratives. Others felt that his own history made it hard to ignore the patterns. Either way, it started another debate about how Draymond is seen and how much of that is his own doing. These moments are not just headlines or viral clips, they are signs of a bigger problem. Draymond struggles to control his emotions when it matters most, and every time it happens, the Warriors are left scrambling to deal with it. There have been times when that anger directly cost the Warriors games and even championships. So let's take a look at when Draymond's actions didn't just cause drama, they changed the scoreboard. When anger cost championships. The most painful example of Draymond's impact came in the 2016 NBA Finals. The Warriors were up 3-1 against the Cavaliers, just one win away from completing the greatest season in NBA history with 73 wins and back-to-back titles. But Draymond got suspended for Game 5 after getting tangled with LeBron James and swinging at him, a move many saw as below the belt. That suspension changed everything. The Warriors lost Game 5, then Game 6, and finally Game 7. Fast forward to the 2023 playoffs. The Warriors were battling the Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals. In Game 3, Golden was ejected after arguing with the refs. Golden State was already struggling with Anthony Davis, and losing Draymond's defense made it worse. The Lakers won and took control of the series. Even in the 2024-2025 season, Draymond's suspensions created problems. He missed key games after the Gobert headlock and for piling up technical fouls. Steph Curry had to carry the team while the Warriors struggled to stay in the playoff race. This chaos does more than hurt wins. It damages team chemistry. The question is simple. Can the Warriors survive both the good and bad that comes with Draymond? The Warriors' double-edged sword. As wild and frustrating as Draymond Green can be, there is one thing the Warriors cannot deny. They are simply not the same team without him. And that is the problem. On defense, Draymond's impact is hard to capture with just numbers. Sure, the stats look solid. He has averaged over a steal and a block per game for most of his career. But it is his presence that changes everything. Draymond is the kind of defender who can switch onto any player, guard all 5 positions, and call out coverages in real time. His basketball IQ is off the charts. When he is locked in, the entire Warriors defense moves better. Screens get handled faster, passing lanes get tighter, communication gets sharper. It is no surprise that the Warriors' defense is always stronger when Draymond is on the court. During their championship runs, he was the backbone of the defense, always in the right place, closing gaps and shouting instructions before a problem even started. Stephen Curry has always backed him. Curry publicly defends Draymond every time, saying how important his energy and leadership are. Steve Kerr does the same. Whether it was the Jordan Poole punch, the Sabonis stomp, or the Rudy Gobert headlock, both Curry and Kerr have stood in front of cameras and explained why they are still committed to him. But behind the scenes, their patience has to be running low. Every wasted season is another missed chance at a title. And when Draymond gets ejected or suspended, Curry has to carry an even heavier load. He never blames Draymond publicly, but it is clear the constant chaos wears him down. That is what makes this situation so difficult. You cannot bench Draymond without losing the identity of the Warriors' defense. Nobody else on the team does what he does. But if he does not learn to control himself, the Warriors cannot keep competing at the highest level. This team is getting older. The championship window is getting smaller. They do not have enough depth or time to survive his outbursts anymore. They need stability, not drama. The 2025 NBA playoffs feel like a make or break moment for the Warriors, and Draymond Green is right in the middle of it. With aging stars, shaky depth, and tougher competition in the Western Conference, this season feels like a must-win. Going up against the young and hungry Houston Rockets and the tough, physical Minnesota Timberwolves, the Warriors have had no room for mistakes. And that is exactly why Draymond's behavior has once again become the biggest question of their season. Whether he can control it or not is still unknown, but one thing is clear: when Draymond keeps it together, the Golden State Warriors are one of the hardest teams in the NBA to beat. So, has Draymond Green learned enough from the chaos he's caused? Or will his temper once again write the ending to the Warriors' story? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the NBA's most talked about stories.